Hello, everyone. Another week here for the stream.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new stream of Transformers Earthwars.
Let's put some light and some sound. Doing a sound check just to make sure everything is all right and you can hear all us. I think I don't see any trouble around. Hello, hello, hello. So should we start saying hello to some people?
Yeah, we can today.
Go ahead, guys.
Today joining us on YouTube, there is Sharkzy, Erosan, hello to Irving Ocampo, Ash Yagami, Chris, Deadpool, Blastwave, Godzilla, Rita M, Natina Waters, Bobby Jenkins, hello to Spot, Lord Maximus, Grand Galvatron, Nathaniel, Rowan Francisco, hello to Subigal, hello to Eddie Rippey, the Batformer, more and more coming, Blastwave, and finally Jeffrey Mayfield. Hello to you guys.
Nice. So from Twitch, we have some people already there. Skinny33, hello to you. Lord Dragir, hello. Wakask21, Supasusman2, Darth Tyler00, Cruiser737, Sunstreaker Waza, Papi Bless, many of the usuals. So it's good to see that you get the message that we are having actually the streaming on a Wednesday because tomorrow we can't do it. So.
And it will be a nice stream. It will be same to be missed. Which one have we not done?
Facebook.
Okay. I just opened Facebook, so I probably won't be able to see that many. So hello, James Haynes, Matthew Elliott, Jimmy Marcillo, Greg Rogers, Nathan Webb. Hey, Nathan. Ivan Morocco and Marcus Risenberg and Mike Ramsey and Austin Marawa, if I did that correctly. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream.
Yeah, so today we're going to go through quite a bit of stuff. It was a live stream 2 weeks ago, and we said there's going to be more to show this week. So we'll start with the start of a saga and the event called The Long Way Home this week. We'll read a little bit of dialogue, probably from the Autobot side this week. We'll show some HQ 17.5. We showed some of it 2 weeks ago. We'll show more this week, notably some new power cores. I think we skipped that 2 weeks ago, if I'm right. Finally, we'll talk about the Shanix shop update. And after that, there's going to be a little surprise. Finally,
a big surprise.
It's rather a big surprise, yeah. And we'll do some trivia towards the end.
Yeah, so there's some new exciting stuff we're going to actually show you guys at the end of the stream. So definitely stick around with it because it's going to be a fun one.
Nice.
So we jump in the event?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's start with the event. It's called Long Way Home. It's getting kind of this time of the year where some Transformers are getting kind of homesick, as we will see on the dialogue, and it starts being a long way home. It's a usual start of Saga, so because we had just a Leatherboard event, and now it's about to take some relax for the weekend. It's the usual setup where you can get a War for Cybertron skin core, Energon and Alloy, very useful to level up your base, Spark, like 100,000 Spark is not bad at all, Premium Shards, 3-star shards and 4-star shards to unlock more bots, and it's a triple XP, so it's kind of, you can put as much time as you want to get the rewards. They are pretty good, and still have some time over the weekend for your stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's an individual event, and it's a triple XP. So that's it about the event. I am just making time, you guys. You have so many news today.
Rushing through it, but yeah, I mean it's the start of the new saga, so it's one of the quiet ones for people can actually get some relax and time off from after the pushing really hard in last week's leaderboard event.
Yeah, the structure for this saga is a bit different because then I think next week is Christmas already, and it will be another easy one. We know you want time to spend with your family, of course, and to celebrate. So it will be kind of an optional event. Some good stuff, similar like Halloween. Some good stuff there, but if you miss it, nothing happens. And if you have time to play it, you will have some good stuff too. So
yeah. Also, and later on, as we go through the holidays, we'll probably reveal what you're going to be expected. But I think this is actually tied to the surprise, so we'll talk about this a bit later. Should we go through the dialogue then, and before we can actually start showing all the new stuff?
Yeah, let's jump in. Well, brother, have you seen enough?
Perhaps, and use Mano, perhaps. But
what, Sentius Magnus? We are duly appointed emissary of the Primus. Would you have us sit back and let the situation on Earth escalate until it passes the point of no return?
No. Order must be restored and maintained. A raw combiner in the offing and another waiting to be assembled from, to say at least, unstable components.
It's a recipe for disaster. Chaos, in fact. To avert all-out anarchy on Earth would take a miracle.
Yes. That, my bellicose brother, is exactly what it will take.
Another astro year and still stuck here on Earth. Fighting a war neither side seems able to win.
Stalemate for sure, Pipes. And it seems another deliverance day, far, far from home.
Bah! You still believe in that nonsense jump stream? Some hell of Primus strewing goodwill from the skies the length and breadth of Cybertron?
Right, like that's ever going to happen. I was still a pint-sized protoform when I stopped believing in the horizon.
Still sideswipe. Even you must miss that special feeling when the fighting stops and all heads turned off to the firmament.
And if only for one solar span, all were one.
Give me strength!
Give me strength.
Perfect. We lost the order.
Grimlock, talk some sense into these loose screws.
No, me Grimlock always put Energon Shard out for a reason on Deliverance Eve, just in case it's true. Me not like to miss out.
You know, even one day of peace and goodwill to all boss doesn't sound half bad. Might do everyone's morale the world of good.
What are you suggesting, Goldfire? What could it possibly achieve?
Hope, Elita 1. Hope.
Oh.
Here you go. That's going to be a introduction to the story. That's going to be a little bit like more in the festive spirit for the whole saga.
Yeah. Even the bots celebrate the holidays, of course.
Yeah, and there's some lore in there, like some mentions of Cybertron and festivities, the horizon. Yeah, it's curious. It's a nice start of saga.
Yeah, and this will unfold for the next 4 weeks, I believe. Yeah, four more weeks.
Yeah.
Cool. What's next? I guess HQ 17.5 is time to talk a little bit about it. A newsletter just came out, so you'll also be able to find some information there. All of the items that will be released tomorrow are mentioned in there, so you can have a look at that. But we will also show them now. We'll start by stuff that we showed about last week. Some people were really attentive and when really reading all the text last week. Some of the stuff has changed in the meantime. As we mentioned it, like all this content went through like quite a lot of playtests. So there has been some changes. The first big item that you'll see in the newsletter is the multi-defense system that you can find under the defenses in the shop. So if I get it now, I'll build it here. So you'll build it here. It takes 18 days to build. So we'll just like complete it quickly just for the test. So you'll see it here. It looks a little bit weird before you actually choose the variant. That's the first thing that you need to do once you have built it. The variants are going to be there. So some have been renamed since last week. There are 3 of them. There is a plasma cannon, which is sort of like long range. And it's going to shoot some plasma from very far, and it's going to set the bots and the targets on fire. We can quickly show it. So it looks like a little like cute robot head, but it shoots kind of like deadly plasma balls. Should we go through all of them? Or should we... No, yeah, let's go through.
Yeah, we can just talk to them. Yeah, it's just a real. I mean, we did show them in the last stream, but I think it's a good refresher, and it's a really cool building. So definitely worth showing it.
Yeah. So then there is the laser gun. Laser gun looks quite cool. It's more medium range than the plasma cannon, but this one will be more of a beam. It's going to beam to the target, and then the beam will just like bounce to 3 other targets if they are in range. I believe there's written 5 right now. This is a mistake. The mistake is also in the newsletter, but it has been reduced to 3 because during the playtest it was a bit too powerful if you were bringing a whole squad in front of it. So it's been reduced a bit.
And the last one.
Other thing that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. The other thing is like there was a misunderstanding last week, thinking that he was doing more damage to targets that were protected by a shield. It actually just like punches through a shield, like to a 30% extent. So that means that if you have a 30% shield, 50% shield, you still keep 20% of it. Yeah, so it's not completely destroying.
Yeah. So it's not actually doing a lot more damage on the shielded bots. It's actually just actually does the damage through the shielding, but it still gets mitigated. If you have 6%, then you still keep 30% protection.
And finally, the minigun that you can see here. So this one is shorter range than the beam, I believe, but it kind of like shoots in a cone in front. So I mean, like it won't reach the target from very far, but it will reach a lot of target in the area in front of it. It has another thing. It also applies, so it also like has a piercing effect, which means that when bots are touched by the bullet of the minigun, they also receive 40% more damage from other defenses for a little while. I think it's a few seconds.
So yeah,
that's all of them.
Both cool, and you get to build 2 of these buildings when you get the new update, which means that you can only get 2 of the attachments. So it will be hard choices, I guess, for which one you want and which one you like. But that's why we want like people to have a bit different bases. We don't want to all have the same defense around. So I think we balance it in a way that they all have their own strengths. So beam laser can actually punch through targets. The minigun can actually hit a lot of targets in the area and actually make them more resistible to damage. And of course, the missile is like far away and actually tracks flyers and does a lot of damage in an area when it actually hits. So it's different things, different capabilities, but hopefully they can actually fit your base when you actually need them. Some people are asking, if they need to upgrade the HQ for this. You won't. This is part of HQ 17. So if you are already HQ 17, you can, as soon as you put the update, it will be available to be built.
Second building that's going to be available to you is the Spider-Man. I'm just going to you say 2. The Spider-Man, you will be able to build 4 of them. So you can see the range here. The Spider-Man is actually, it's called a mine, but it's a bit of a different there's a bit of a different way of working than the stasis mine, in the sense of like you can actually see them when you attack the base. That means that you can destroy them before they actually attack you. It's quite advisable because they can create quite a bit of damage. What they do is that you can see here the building health and the damage per second. Every 3 seconds, they will release a spider that will walk towards your bot and explode when it gets to it. When it explodes, it does some damage in the area around. So that means that if you have a group of bots together, they will take all damage. The area is not that big, but yeah. I'm gonna go through them now and just like talk them through, and then I'm gonna attack my own base so we can talk about them. So the other thing that's you're gonna be able to see when it comes to building is, so I left a billboard somewhere that is unupgraded. I can't see it. Yeah. So what you will be able to see is you can upgrade your billboards. What it does when you does that is you're gonna unlock a power core slot. That's the only thing that it does. So it's not going to increase your building capabilities. It just basically turns your existing billboard into a defensive building. And the defense comes from the power core that you can equip at the level 2.
Also, it increases the health significantly from 50 to 2,600 points.
Yeah, as they become like defensive building, if we kept the health at 50, it would be like quite easy to destroy them, and it would not have like a lot of defensive value. So the other thing that it does is that while you do so, if the person attacking you destroy the billboards, they then get an ability point, so they become kind of like a normal defensive building in that sense. So what you can do here is that you can then equip 3 new power cores that are going to be released as well for the billboards. So the one that is not equipped here, the force field disruptor, it disables nearby shields, and then you'll see a percentage of range increase. So that is just like the area of effect that will be around the billboards. Same as all the defensive building, you can click and you can see the area where the shield will be disabled around this billboard. When you upgrade these ones, this one and the other one that's called lightning rod, it increases the area of effect. So there is this one that we just talked about. It's about like preventing bots around to have a shield active, and I have 2 other ones. There is the zone heal. So this one been seen in hard mode, I believe, or was it in?
Well, yeah, it was both in Prime League effects and hard mode at some point. So there was a passive effect where the billboard heals any buildings or any targets around it. The difference for this, I think, this will only affect buildings. It won't affect bots or combiners. But yeah, so this will actually be giving all the buildings around it a heal up.
Yeah, so they will heal for like a percentage of the building around, a percentage of the health of nearby buildings, and it's going to do it every 5 seconds. The other one, I mentioned it before, it's a lightning rod, so it protects nearby buildings from amp effect. So that's what we call also stun. So yeah.
So that is for this one, you should notice that it only affects the stun part of. So for example, if Star Saber or Elita one goes there, they will still do the damage, but the buildings will not be stunned, so they will be able to fire straight away. And some other like stun abilities, they won't actually do anything. But all the damage is going to be saved. So for example, if you use Silverboard and he actually does an attack on one of the targets, that target is going to take the damage that it should be done, but it will not be stunned. So we actually, because we didn't want to feel that some bots are getting nerfed, so we actually took any damage they were doing it and actually separated from the stun. So everyone actually now does like kind of how do you call it, like electric fire damage. It was Star Saber that will actually be able to do it on the Shock Tower, but the building will still be active in order to fire back at you or to any other targets.
Cool. Other power core addition, I have it here. So there is another one for the autocannon. We used to have the explosive shells. This one is a bit different. It's the high velocity shells. You may have seen something similar in raids. So it just like shoots in a line. So that means that it keeps the same range. So that means it will only be triggered for the range that you see on the map, but the bullets are going to keep on going in a line and damage everything that is behind.
It is similar to the raid one, to the big raid cannon, for the people that know.
And the last one, there is a dev pulse, which, yeah, there is a dev pulse. I thought it was the range of the dev pulse, and I was thinking, oh, wow, that's big. No, it's still the range of the beam laser. So yeah, it is a dev pulse. So it's a similar thing as the warrior. It's very similar as the warrior power core, meaning if the building is being destroyed, it's gonna like apply an EMP effect around and stun the target for 3.8 seconds. That's the level 1. Cool. I think that's about it. That's all that we've done for the HQ 17.5. Now, there's been another rebalance that's been a little bit controversial. Again, we have increased the range of the anti-air laser again. It was from 37.5 to 50%. Back to where it was when it was first released.
It's kind of similar to how it was, I think, during the last Prime League in hard mode. So we actually did try it, and we didn't see it to make that much difference for the planes. So we thought it's a good chance to bring it back. So they actually have more range and actually does a little more damage on jets. There's a few questions, of course, like a lot of bots actually start ignore like drones because that's how we made it. So abilities like strafes don't actually get wasted on them. We have a plan of actually going through and actually allowing the billboards to be a valid target for them.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a question about Silverboard. Since now his damage doesn't have anything to do with the stun, will it actually do damage against the seal generator on the shock tower? The answer for that is no.
No.
The reason for that was, yeah. So the reason
it's the same. It doesn't do damage against that, and also I believe it doesn't do damage against the multi-defense system.
Yeah. So the reason for that is like there was two choices. Like we were considering that Silverboard is the most cheap plane to use with the longest range and the biggest damage, especially the 5-star. We didn't want to nerf him with the new cores. But at the same time, it was so much broken that we had to do something. So that's why we increased the ability point by 1. We allow now to not be interfered by the core, but we wouldn't give him the ability to destroy seal generator and shock towers because of how much damage it does. That it could actually destroy any of the really significant or really punishable, like really strong buildings. So we thought like, yeah, we're not gonna nerf him more than increasing the ability to make him more parity with the other airplanes. But we won't actually give it to not be able to destroy like seal generator, because you just needed one Silverboard attack, destroy seal generator, then that's all the military defense systems and everything is now become back to how it goes. So that was the decision we took. Yes, like the stun core won't affect it. Yes, we won't nerf him worse, but we won't allow him to do damage on building that he wasn't doing damage before.
Cool. Yeah, so you can see here, once you get into battle, you'll get some visual cues about the fact that these billboards are having an effect on the buildings around. So here there are 2 of them. So you can see the one on the right is the same as we used in the league. So you can see it's the heal one. It doesn't have any effect now because the buildings are full health. And the one on the left is the anti-stun one. So if I were to use Bumblebee on that Bumblebee ability on that beam laser, if I get in range,
we'll do it on the.
Am I gonna get killed before that?
It's area. It doesn't need to be on the on the building itself.
I was just trying to trigger a Bumble visibility. Yeah, true. Yeah,
It's all good.
So start again. Yeah, if I were to do that, you can see that it won't be stunned anymore. You can see the one in the front that are not reached by. I mean, they are utility buildings. So anyway, they don't really get the benefits, like the malus of being stunned. So yeah, but yeah, the beam laser was not stunned. If we were to destroy it, you see that it will have the death pulse. Or we might destroy the build boss as well with that ability. Oh, I didn't have a bot around. So yeah, it's a bit hard to trigger, but yeah, the beam laser would have a death pulse. I'm going to restart this battle and show you more of that.
Yeah, so like I think what we try to do with the Billboard is like we wanted to give options, as we said in the last stream, to the defenders. I assume a lot of people will just have the healing core, but it's good to like say like, oh, I don't want like people to stun me, or I don't want people to just come in and just jump into my defense. So this is why we have these defenses, so you can actually counter a few strategies. There was other course we were actually discussing, but we will feel that it will actually target specific bots, so we decided to keep working on them. But we want to just have different setups, so we don't want like every base to be the same going forward. So I think this give a lot of options to the players.
I put all the buildings next to each other, so it's a bit messy, but you can see the Spider-Mans coming out. I'll show you. You can also see like the high velocity shells from the cannon. And then you can see the beam that's just like going, it's a bit messy, but it's like the beam's going like from bot to bot.
Can you target the spider itself?
You can destroy you can't destroy the mine.
You can destroy the nest, but you cannot target the spider. It's very fast. It's indestructible. Yeah. So
once it's out, it's going for damage. Nice.
Yeah. The damage is going to be dealt once it's out. It's not that powerful, but you can have 4 of them. So yeah. Yeah. And the anti-shield is here, but yeah, anti-shield works a little bit like Flame Wine Afterbreaker ability. So you're familiar to this probably.
Yeah. So if you rush there with a shield, then the shield won't affect, or if you use Trax Cloud near that area, it won't be affected. Of course, like the billboards have low health, so maybe you should rush on the billboard itself, and then Optimus Prime can actually destroy it, or any other building can actually, any other board can destroy it, and then you don't have to deal with it. But it is something to keep in mind if you want to rush on a target that you will have to be able to deal with these new additions.
Another thing that is worth mentioning, like you can see it on the screen right now, as you enter the battle, you will see the multi-defense system. In the same form as when you built it and before you choose the variant, that means that when you enter the battle, you won't be able to know which of the variants is it going to deploy. So yeah, it's worth noting for your strategy. It could be like maybe a long range one, maybe a short range one. Yeah. If you're in war, maybe you'll have to attack this base twice.
Yeah. Good. Alongside this, as we also mentioned, we are actually updating the Prime League effects and the hard mode. Actually, hard mode also now will actually be available in Cybertron. So I'm gonna just talk about quite quickly what the new effects are. So the new Prime League effects, has a 30% increased range for laser turrets and beam lasers. That means like laser turrets actually now probably have similar range to cannons, and beam lasers will actually have even more range. And there's also like 100% attack speed increase for mortars. So it's like doubles the firing speed of mortars. This is only the only effects for Prime League. We kept them quite like short because we felt like we have a lot of new defenses coming in and new cores coming in. We don't want to make them really hard. So there are quite only those two effects. But hard mode has a few more effects. So they have the usual 10% health increase on all defensive buildings, the 50% increase on all defensive buildings again. Outpost bots have 25% more health and 25% more damage. This is similar to what we had last in the current Prime League effect. And the last one is that beam lasers and missile launchers also have an extra additional 10% health on top. So those two buildings will be able to survive a bit longer. So the effect is nothing really crazy. We do want people to get more comfortable in HQ 70.5, but they're gonna be there for next week. Sorry, next week. I mean from tomorrow when we actually release the HQ 70.5. So at the same time we release the new defenses, these things are gonna go on effect. Cool. Don't know if there's any other questions to do this before we move on to the other stuff.
There was a Shanix update.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Before we move
Shanix
to the
Storm.
Shanix update,
There are questions related to the Shanix update, so we can jump straight into the update.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
So there are 3 additions to the Shanix store. The much expected 4-star part for Omega Supreme and Overlord. It's the grapple and the gun. It's been already 2 months or months or something since we released them on an event. And now you can get them for Shanix coins, and it's 50,000 Shanix coins. So it's much the price of the 5-star Beast War characters we have there, but it's a 4-star combiner, so it's very powerful. We know it's pretty good. You can expand its powers even beyond that point, and now it's your chance to get it if you didn't have the chance back in the event by putting some Shanix coins in it.
Yeah. So I like a lot of people saying people are complaining that this is too expensive. The thing for me, like a 4-star combiner, is much more useful than any 5-star, considering when you start having a lot. So there's no way that will be cheaper than that price point. And a lot of people want to have something with the Shanix. That's why it's there. It is expensive, but it is a 4-star combiner. It's one of the best 4-star combiners. So it's gonna be 50,000 Shanix.
Yeah, and I think also it sets some expectations for the next part. You will know it won't be easy either.
I mean, a 5-star combiner, whoever thinks a 5-star combiner will be easy to get, sorry guys, it won't be easy. Like, it won't be easy. I will prepare you from now. It's gonna be hard.
Absolutely.
We don't have any 5-star combiners in the game, and this is gonna be the first one. So, and we don't even know if we're gonna have a second one.
Well, at least you can save some Shanix, do raids, and you will get eventually your 4-star Omega Supreme on Overlord. On the second thing, you wanted to mention something?
I'm gonna say we'll talk more about the raids later on, that we will increase how much possibly Shanix you can actually get. So we will actually make it a bit easier to save, but you still will have to save.
It is what it is. It's a big stuff.
Yeah.
On the second thing, we're adding also Golden Lagoon core. So it comes with a price, of course, 5,000 Shanix coins, and also it comes with a timer. So it's not that you can start spending and getting all your bots with a Golden Lagoon. That would break the game. So you can get one every 14 days, I think. And eventually you can have some of them. And the third is the build bots. This is mostly oriented for new players as a help to develop their bases. So now you can either spend some cyber coins on build bots, or you can do a few raids, 2 or 3 raids, and get enough to unlock a build bot. There is also a maximum, so if you have already a maximum of 5, you can't go over that maximum. But if you have less than 5, you will be able to purchase them from the Shanix store.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a way, because it is a bit unfair, I guess, for all the free-to-player players, because the billboards are behind a paywall, or were until this point. And now that they actually have a functionality in defense, it makes sense to have a way for free-to-player players to actually acquire more. So yeah, it's a good addition. I think really good.
And these three things will happen this week also. When we release the content push, they will be available on your shop. So yeah, it's expanding the Shanix store.
I think there's a few questions, but I think we might need to jump. I don't know if we have anything else, but I think we might need to jump.
There
on
is
the
a
good
couple of
stuff.
questions.
Really quickly, maybe.
And there was a couple of questions about a couple of questions on the defenses again that I skipped towards the end of the section. Are these new upgradable? All the core that we presented are going to be upgradable. As usual, it's going to be like 15 level for a gold core and 20 level for a G metal. Question about the healing build bots. Do they stack? No, they don't. So there's no real no benefit to put two Billboard equipped with his own heal next to each other unless one gets destroyed and then you want the other one to take over, but they want the heal won't add up.
It's the same as the Prime League effects. Like we never used to stack them. They always be one effect. The same with the sealed or with the healing one. If you had more than one, it wouldn't make a difference because then we just people just stack everything near each other and make it impossible to destroy stuff.
Finally, I think I mentioned in the Spider-Man will do AoE damage. And another question, are the anti-air cores being buffed? They're not being buffed per se, we're just reverting the shorter range that we've applied about like a year ago, maybe, or 6 months.
Yeah. It was about when we did the HQ17, so it's been a while now. Cool. I think since we were nearly like 20 and I think it's time to move to the really good stuff. So what's happening over the holidays probably is in the really start of the new year. Harold, drum roll, bring it up.
Just be prepared to see.
Is it live? Because I can't see.
It's live now. Look at that.
It's new Titans coming up. So Scorponok and Fortress Maximus are finally gonna come in the game. It's gonna be a new addition, so you can actually get to fight them in raids as you do at the moment with Metroplex and Triptychon. So yes, these are the two new Titans joining us at the end of the year. I think it's the start of the new year. So yeah, it's really exciting. We'll probably show some other like more images about them. We'll actually show them in game. They're fun to play. We actually this time around you won't find the base forms, but you will find the vehicle forms. And for Scorponok especially, it's gonna be really cool.
We can show them. We have an image.
So,
look at
that. Let's show the image.
It's live, and you can see both vehicle forms.
Cool. So yeah, so we have the big ship that Fortress Maximus becomes. You have the Scorpion for Scorponok, and it's really gonna be really exciting thing to fight against it.
Yeah, that's cool. They kind of like, so before we had Metroplex and Triptychon and they had like this base form that could feel a little bit static. Now these two are just like, I don't know, they're really fun to fight against. I I hope.
Yeah, we will showcase them. I mean, they're still in prototype. We are actually finishing the final touches right now. But they are really fun. And let's show the bots one more time, Jairo.
Oh yeah, we have the bot form. If you want to talk about them, or
yeah, both look really cool. You can see like some guns are placed in a different. Scorponok has guns on his shoulder. Fortress Maximus has guns on his foreleg. How do you call that? How do you call this? He has also an amazing big sword. They look really cool. They definitely look really cool. There was a lot to play with, just design abilities. So I hope you enjoy fighting them. We planning to make them like more difficult than Metroplex and Triptychon. Of course, they're just going to be like a little bit, the game has evolved in the meantime. You have accumulated a lot more power since we released the last Titans. So these Titans we hope they're going to feel like a challenge in the current state of the game.
Well, actually, it's like they are going to be stronger, but we're also going to buff it like Metroplex and Triptychon. The reason why I'm going to talk, like we are going to make some changes to raids. I'm probably gonna share my screen now. It's gonna be a good time. So it's gonna be, so at the same time we're gonna have the new Titans come up. There's gonna be some other changes to raids. The problem we have with raids is like everyone, it's an event, so everyone gets the same difficulty. So that means that, you know, lower alliances and the high alliances have to fight the same kind of raids. It's going to be really limiting because I know that now the top alliances actually can finish them in 40 attempts, but the lower alliances can actually finish it in them at all. So what we're going to be doing in the future, we're going to give you an option where you can actually choose what difficulty you want to fight for your raid. So there will be an easy difficulty, there's going to be a medium difficulty, there's going to be a hard difficulty. The values here are actually totally placeholder because we're still working on the config for that. But of course, you're gonna get less Shanix if you go easy, medium, or hard. But you will be able to finish it, and it will be for the easier alliances. You will be able to like now. Oh, I can actually finish, and we can actually maybe put an easier version of Metroplex and Triptychon, and now Fortress Maximus and Scorponok, so you can actually fight. And then as you go harder, you can actually power up. If you in the selection, you can actually see if you go in there, you can see like what bases are available, how many points you can actually get, and what rewards you will get, because those will change between the different difficulties. So you can actually make your decision as an alliance. What do I want to fight? Do I want to fight the hard one, the easy, the medium, get the rewards, but actually feel better? So I think at the moment the difficulty medium is where the current, the hardest rates are at the moment, and we're going to actually make the hard ones be actually quite hard to give the top alliance some challenges, because hard is too easy right now. So it's going to actually be, we are actually going to rebalance them with the addition of the new Titans. We are going to put some new interesting mechanics in there. We want to put like seal generators, so you have to actually destroy the seal generator before go for the HQ. There's going to be some new mechanics, so we're going to actually have them a bit more fresh. So let's, but I think more people are going to be interested to see the new Titans, so I'm going to go in there. People are saying why the Shanix is less than normal. It's not. It's because this is kind of placeholder data, so it's not balanced. It's gonna be around maybe 1,000 for easy, maybe 1,500 for medium, maybe 2,000 for hard, or even like I don't know. It could be even highest for hard if we actually make it quite hard. So we will still need to do all this balancing. So yeah, I mean, if after you select the alliance, after your alliance selects the raid, then you should be able to go in, and it's the normally kind of look, feel. And let's go and take a spin to the Titans now.
Bear with us as well. Like Yanis is showing that directly from his computer because everything is just being made, so could be a bit stuttery more than we show things on device. So.
Yeah. So. I think also our plan for introduction of the Titans is it's going to be an individual event. So people will be, you won't have to fight your alliance members to actually get them to fight in raids, but you'll have multiple opportunities in order to kill the Titan yourself. So here's a big boy, here's Koponok. I need to actually go really quickly because we don't have that much time. So I have to rush through this. Because we have to show 2 different modes for everyone. So. Oh,
you're not fighting it?
Yeah, I'm fighting it.
Slowly. New computer, Yanis.
It's not the new computer, unfortunately. It's the old one. It's a laptop.
So guys, Christmas present for Yanis. Send him a new computer.
You don't need it. It's already done. But unfortunately, all to do the migration with all the software takes so much time and setup. So still using the old one for this.
Chunky boy, yeah, he's. Oh, there is a lot of excitement about the new raids and everything. Yeah, we don't have the answers for everything yet. It's still under development. Look at him.
Yeah, the big boy. Scorponok chilling here. Going really quickly. This actually is God mode, so you can actually kill the bot, so you'll be able to take a bit more time. He has a few abilities really quickly, like ability to smash down on the screen. He has he fires from the cannons on the soldier bot. He stomps, but a lot of them is actually placeholder. We're still working on it, so you might actually see some bugs. But yeah, that's a big boy.
It looks really cool, yeah. So yeah, shoots from the shoulders. There's gonna be this kind of like smite where the bots are gonna be slowed down and take a little bit of damage. You can't see the damage here because we're in God mode, but yeah, the damage are planned to be quite high. We hope it's gonna be a challenge. It's probably gonna be the boss of the hardest mode.
Well, probably, I think it might have different difficulties. We still need to decide this, but it might probably will be different difficulties. So it will probably be maybe a version of it for it's easy, medium, and hard. But so you can actually fight him on the harder versions.
Yeah, I saw somebody saying like, "Oh, easy mode for me in raid. It's already hard." We're planning on having a look at how different alliances perform in raid and try to like cater for every type of alliance with different tier of difficulties.
Cool. So let's move into the Scorpion really quickly, because it's not going to be quick because it takes time to load. Maybe we should do the trivia.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I will start with the trivia. Let me read it.
I'm just going to remind the rules first. You need to, while paying attention to the titans on the screen, you need to post your answer to the trivia in the chat with your in-game name, alliance name, and HQ level. Post that in the chat, and in a couple of days, if you get picked up randomly, we'll send you some freebie. Everybody's multitasking.
Yeah, we have been like that for a while. Yeah, so this is a bit different. Nathan had a game for us, actually. Apart from trivia, it's a trivia game. So this is a kind of Christmas special. If you remember the saying of elf on a shelf, he says this is not elf on a shelf, but it's a transformer either on, in, or doing something that rhymes with their name. So I will show you 3 pictures. And from that picture, you have to say who is doing that what in a rhyme form. So it's not an elf on a shelf. It's Megatron in a who knows. So when I see we have some loading time, I will show you an image. But now just focus on Scorponok.
And there's the Scorpion. I love this form. This is why we decided we're not gonna do the building for the him one, and we do the vehicles because he is so cool in this form.
He has a massive tail, very menacing.
Good. Let's go for attacks.
Oh, I'm not sure it's configured.
I mean, some attacks are there, some are missing.
Yeah, no, it's there.
Some are missing, so it's not gonna work totally fine. But some things are there. We're still working on them, of course. So he will be doing a lot more things right now, like probably flame attack, but
snap.
So yeah, still lots of work to be done, but they will be there when ready to be released the first week of January. Cool. So really quickly gonna jump out. I hope you enjoy Scorponok. So in order to show Fortress Maximus, so I'm gonna stop there, and you guys can do the trivia, and then I'll just jump in really quickly to the rest.
Okay, so reminder, elf on the shelf, popular saying, but now we are doing it with a transformer. So you have to say it's a transformer either on, in, or doing something that rhymes with their name. So this is the first picture. Yeah, you can see a transformer's.
Maybe repeat the question because some people might have lost it during the excitement.
Yeah, so you have to do a rhyme, like elf on a shelf, but in this case is Devastator in somewhere. So something that rhymes with their name. We're open-minded, so you can put any rhyme that comes into your mind that is related to the bot's name and what's the bot doing or where is the bot, inside or on. just think elf on a shelf. This is Devastator in a. Reminder: you have to put your HQ level, your name, player name, alliance name, so we can find you, and you can start answering for the first picture. That is this one. Let's see.
I'm looking at I don't know if we're going to go to the third picture. I don't think we'll have time, but the third picture, I really don't know what you can tell about it.
I don't know the two other ones, to be honest. This is the only one I know.
Well, no, the second one is okay, but the third one is just like...
I guess Nathan has to tell us.
Well, he didn't give us an answer, right?
No. We're part of the game too. Maybe I can show the other image.
No.
No?
That's gonna get us confused. I'm already confused with I'm already confused with the first one, so let's not.
Sanspherical Watsa says it's Devastator in a home white appliance. Well, that's theoretically correct, but the rhyme is not exactly what we expect. And you can also see Nathan's contents and in his refrigerator, like milk, some popular stuff.
Cool. We have 2 winners. I think we need one more. Can move to the next one.
Yeah. So, do you want to give the answer? I mean, everybody posted the same. I don't think there was any
doubt that Devastator is
any doubt
in a refrigerator.
That is that. Devastator in a refrigerator. The randomly picked winner are Lord Draghi from TF Cybertron Ops, who replied Devastator in a refrigerator. We also have Magnus Primal from Matrix Guardians. And finally, we have Slam Dance Rhyme from the Alliance 501 ST Legion.
Nice. Congratulations to the winners. Do you want to show more Titan stuff, or should we jump?
I think I can show Fortress Maximus now. So sharing it.
Yeah. So Nathan just sent me the answers. Thank you, Nathan. You are the best for the other rhymes.
So yeah, here is Fortress Maximus. The big boy.
Look at that sword.
He has a sword too, so he might actually die. Okay, maybe I should not kill him. So for the screen.
Is it? I know. Yeah, Sota left. No, he's not gonna die.
No, he's fine. That's still a lot of heal for him. Oh yeah, that's like still has a like 62 like heal point. I forget it's actually just refreshes it every now and then. So yeah, still big also, but still some bugs. I guess he's a bit stuck now, but yeah, we're still working on him. But
yeah, now he's stuck. That's strange.
Yeah, it's probably kind of rich at the moment, but yeah, I mean that's why it's still in development. But there he is, and I am gonna take it out and actually show the other form, and we can do the trivia in the meantime while I'm changing.
Cool. So second image, same rules. We see a character here, and he's in, on, or either doing something with. So prepare your rhymes.
Okay, so I had this one as well. It's like the third one I was really confused with.
Oh, I had the third one, but not the second.
Really?
Yeah. So
For the next Titan, we're not gonna attack it because he's definitely not set up yet. But at least we can go in and actually showcase him. So yeah, that is the final four. That's the alt form for Fortress Maximus. Big guns probably will be turning around and firing, and a few other attacks. So of course they will be by themselves. There will be other defenses, the same as Metroplex and Triticon. But this is cool now to actually showcase how they are. Yeah, it is floating. It is a spaceship. It is flying. So it is floating. Cool. That's it.
Nice. Yeah, big things for the end of the year. Big news. Big Titanic news.
I like someone says it's like the Steve one from Robotech. I thought the same thing, which is why it's so cool. Cool. And we have to have the winners for the trivia.
One more second. Mm-hmm. Sorry, there are some like suggestions that I should probably not mention out loud, but that made me laugh. Okay, we have some winners. Do you want to give the answer?
Yes. So the official Nathan Webb's answer is Sideswipe on a drain pipe.
And we have some winners. We have Sideswipe Neopipe accepted from Burnout Prime from Arc Global Bot. Sideswipe Under a Pipe from Wreck and Rule 21 from the Alliance Non-Toxic Gamers. And finally, the last winner is Magnus Primal. Yeah, Magnus Primal from Matrix Guardians. Sideswipe slid out a pipe.
Oh, congratulations, winners. So yeah, I think we're running out of time, but at least we wanted to showcase everything. So lots of new exciting stuff coming soon to you guys. New upgrading defenses, new effects for Prime League and Hard Mode. We have new stuff in the Shanix store. We have new Titans coming through. Soon we're gonna have improvements on raids, allow you and your alliance to decide what difficulty you want to fight, and of course Fortress Maximus and Scorponok coming into the game, so you can actually get to fight them. So a lot of stuff happening for around the holidays.
Yeah, we'll let that sink in for this weekend with a quieter event after the leaderboard from last week. We mentioned it at the beginning of this stream. And yeah, so I think we should probably say that we're not gonna have a stream in 2 weeks.
Nope, because we're gonna be on holiday. So we will be back in the next year. I don't know exactly when. We need to figure that out when we want to do that. It will probably be either the first week of January or the second week of January, because we need to showcase the new bots that's gonna come out around that time, and the new combat bots, because they are also gonna be quite cool and interesting. So we might just do one. We'll see. But start the first week of January.
First week of January, we'll get back on a Thursday probably, so it might be the 7th, but like have a look at the newsletter and confirm that date later.
We'll let you know. There's a lot more stuff happening. A lot of people are asking about SA11 next parts. We are going to be working more in the next year. It's just like so much stuff in the end of this year that we actually had to spend some time on them. HQ 70.5 took a lot of our effort. The new Titans have taken a lot of our effort. So it will be next year. But of course, I think at that point we can start rolling them a bit quicker. And of course, we're going to have a lot of new interesting stuff happening next year. There's a lot of really interesting content. I think the new Titans is just going to be the beginning. So hopefully you guys we're going to have an amazing year coming up.
Cool, amazing. So yeah, if we don't see you again, I hope you all have like a really great festive period.
I'm not going to wish you Happy New Year because we don't want to do it early. It's bad luck, but we will have an amazing year, as Yanis mentioned it, and we will wish you a Happy New Year when we get back around the 7th.
It can't get worse on this year, so it will definitely hopefully be a better run. So yeah, with that, I think it's time to say farewell. I hope you guys enjoy everything. Enjoy your festive period. Enjoy the game during that. Enjoy the new content, and we're gonna see you soon in the next year.
Yeah. See you again in 2021.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Might be a good time to leave that emails.
Bye.
So, guys, have a good time. Bye.